What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. When it comes to Monique and her daddy, I don't really think there's much new that they could reveal when it comes to their issues with the industry, Oprah, Tyler Perry, whoever they're talking about, right? But I was surprised to see that they did another interview. Well, actually, not really that surprised, okay? Because if they get the opportunity to talk about these people, they're going to do it. And I'll take nothing away from what she has said, because whether you like her or not, whether you agree with the issues with how she's chosen to speak about her son and the things that have been revealed about that a lot of us were not aware of and didn't know about until we knew about it, it doesn't take away her experience. And that's just what it is. And if she gets the opportunity to talk about it, she's going to talk about it. She's been doing it for years. I don't have an issue with that. I really don't. But Don Lemon, he has a new talk show. He was doing it on X, and now he's over on YouTube. So not too surprised he had the both of them on the show, because, again, he has this new show. They want the opportunity to talk about what they have gone through, and it's going to get him the ratings. It's going to get him the views. It's what he needs and what he wants, and he's getting them. So I don't fault him in that. But I listened to a little bit of the interview. I didn't listen to the entirety of it because, again, I've already listened to a lot of it, and I'm not taking anything away from what she has experienced. But what I will say, I found it a little bit funny and telling that Don Lemon, he pretty much did a disclaimer before the interview, and then throughout the interview, he was saying things that just really made me feel like, yeah, I see what this is about. But let me just go ahead and play this clip. I'm just going to play a little clip of him speaking actually before the interview, and then I may play a clip of him interviewing them so you can hear what I mean.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Don Lemon Show. When actress Taraji P. Henson was brave enough recently to speak out about pay disparity among black women in Hollywood, I immediately thought about Monique, the actress, comedian, and Oscar winner. She told me this 10 years ago on my CNN show, and how she felt she was being labeled a troublemaker, ungrateful, and difficult to work with. I wonder what Monique thought now about a very important issue that apparently still wasn't being addressed. But I didn't have a show yet. I reached out anyway to ask if she would appear on my show once it launched in a few weeks. Little did I know Monique would begin making headlines by speaking out again, even naming the people she claims hurt her. So full transparency, okay? Some of those people I really love, respect, and admire. They do great things, not only for their communities, but for the world. Many of them have personally supported me and are good friends. And while it hurt to hear, this is not my story to tell. It's Monique's. And what I really wanted to know most from her was, what was her responsibility in all of this? She answers that and more. Here are Monique and her husband, Sydney. Hi, Monique. Hi, Sydney.
Hey, Don Lemon.
How you doing? I'm so happy that you guys are here. So, Monique, you know we have this relationship. I like to be real. You like to be real. Sydney as well. So let's go back. The last time I spoke to you on television, I think it was circa 2015. It was on my other show. And I know when I spoke to you personally, you said there were some things that you weren't happy about in that interview or what have you. And I don't want to leave people unhappy. You never told me about it. So we'll run the clip, and then let's have a real talk here.
So that's what this movie says. And not only is it a movie, it's a movement for situations that's happening right now, when you have people that's saying, we just want to be treated fairly. We just want to be treated as equal.
And we have to go, Monique. What weren't you happy about, Miss Monique?
You know, Don, remember when you came on the Monique show?
Yes, ma'am.
And you said, this is a safe place for me to tell the world who I am. I didn't feel like I was in a safe place when I was talking to you that night. Mm-hmm. I felt like I was talking to a journalist, and I just needed to get the information. But I didn't feel the safety. I didn't feel the friendship that was bestowed on you when you came on the Monique show. And that was really special for me. And it was important for me that you felt like, you know what, I can go here because I'm safe. Mm-hmm. When you and I talked, I didn't feel like my brother was protecting me. I felt like my brother was being a journalist. And okay, Monique, let's move, let's go. And I'm glad that you and Sydney did have a conversation to say, hey, this is how she was feeling. And I appreciate you saying, that's not what I meant. That was not my intention. And that's why we're sitting here today.
Monique, I have to say, I did not realize that. I wish you guys had called me up and told me that. And so, listen, I never meant to make you feel uncomfortable or not that you weren't in a safe space. So I apologize if that happened, because I would never want you to feel that way. I did go back and look at the interview, and I'm so glad that you said, like, you know, I was rushing you along, because I said, my goodness, that is the one thing that I won't miss about cable news. I had, 5 to 7 minutes with Monique, and she's making a good point. And I'm like, okay, because I realize I only have a few minutes with you, and I want to get, to the next point. I don't have to do that now. So we can have a real talk about that. Real talk right now.
Let's do it.
Okay. So look, back in the day when you were talking about these things, you were saying, look, they wanted me to do this promotion for Precious. They paid me $50,000. I had to feed my family. And they wanted me to go to Cannes and do all these promotions for free. I don't think anybody disagreed with you on that. And I think you are the first person to kind of speak up about this, and now others are speaking up about it now. How do you feel about that?
Well, Don, 10 years ago? Easily 10 years ago when I started speaking, I think people were still afraid. And I think that people felt like that's not my problem, so I'm not going to get involved, right? And I also think it was the messenger. I don't think I was the right person for our community, for some of us, to say it out loud.
Why do you say that?
So when I see it, well, look at me. And I want to make that make sense. And I'm going to go back a little bit. There was a woman named Claudette Colvin. That woman...
She was the first Rosa Parks. She was the first Rosa Parks, before Rosa Parks. And she didn't have they didn't think she was the right person to lead that movement because, go explain, please, Monique.
Because she was dark-skinned. They said her hair was nappy, and she was 15 years old, and she fought those white men. They had to physically remove that young teenage girl off of that bus. Well, she wasn't the right representation because she was a fighter. She was going to fight. So now let's fast forward to Monique. We keep repeating history. We keep repeating it. And that's why, Dawn, not only are we at the bottom of the totem pole, Black women are under the totem pole. So as we stand here right now, and when I hear people saying, Taraji, you did it. Taraji, you I love Taraji P. Henson. That's not on her. Mm-hmm. But you look at our people and you say, wait a minute, y'all. What's the difference? This woman's been saying this for over 10 years. And we watched her get an ass whooping. We watched what they do to the quote unquote. We're going to show you what we do to the bad slaves. So nobody wanted to get that whooping like I got. Mm-hmm. But now it became popular. So once it became popular, well, now it's okay. We can all speak about it. But we won't reference Monique. And there will people before me, Don. So I'm not saying I'm the first one. There will people before me. But in the lifetime that you're in right now, imagine what Claudette Colvin had to go through. Mm-hmm. Imagine watching Rosa Parks getting all of this. What's the word I'm looking for?
Accolades.
All of the honor and all of the praise and all of the accolades. And look at what she did. And that young girl sat there and watched all of that. Can you imagine what that can do to your psyche?
Yeah.
So we're right back there again.
Well, look, I had many firsts in my career. And it's tough when you're the first, right? Because there's no roadmap. And then the people come behind and they reap the benefits and the rewards. But I like that for me. But that doesn't mean that the process or the road was any less easy for me. It was hard, and it's good that all the other people are getting the accolades. But sometimes you say, hey, where are my flowers? I get it, Monique.
One of my babies said to me, he said, unfortunately, Mama, you'll get your flowers when you're gone. And I said to him, I'm too damn young. I'm going to get them flowers while I'm still here.
Yeah. So listen, it is. I want to preface this, right? Because you know how the internet works. You know how the gossip, mongers and the tabloids work. They're talking crap about Oprah. They're talking crap about Lee. They're talking crap about Tyler. That's not it at all. They are very accomplished people who I respect a lot. But I'm just wondering how it felt, because the people involved with, well, not the people, but some of the people involved with, what happened with Taraji, they're the same. And I'm not casting any aspersions on Oprah. I love Oprah. I love Tyler. I love Lee. Lee's one of my dear friends. And Tyler is a friend as well.
Yes.
All right. I want to stop it right there. Oh, my God. It's so funny to me because Hollywood and that world is just so fake and so fickle. He has to keep saying, I love Tyler. I love Oprah. He's a dear friend. She's a dear friend. They've done so much for the community. They've done this. They've done that. If they're really your friends, like really, truly your friends, why do you have to keep saying that? Because if these are two people that are on your show and they're just being interviewed, why do you even have to keep saying that? I mean, seriously, if they understand your position and know the type of business that you're in, and you're a journalist and you interview people from time to time, and sometimes the people that come on may not be fond of your friends, then why does he have to keep saying that? It comes across as so fake.
When I ask people, did you hear that recording? And Tyler Perry is your friend. You said Tyler Perry is my friend, Dawn. If that is your friend, and you heard your friend saying, I was unfair, I was wrong, and I'm going to make it right, and he hasn't, what do you do, and what do you say to your friend?
Look, I love Sherry. She's not here to defend herself. You know what I'm saying. So...
Yeah, no. I don't need you to defend Sherry Shepherd. That was a conversation we had.
Okay.
And it's nothing to be defended. That was just a conversation. I'm saying to you now, when you say, I love Oprah Winfrey, I love Lee Daniels, I love Tyler Perry, I'm good friends with Lee Daniels, and I'm good friends with Tyler Perry. If you were my friend, and I'm talking about my friend, not this superficial Hollywood, that's my friend. I'm talking about my friend. Mm-hmm. If you were my friend and someone said, Monique, Don Lemon did me wrong, I'm going to call you up. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask you, is that true? Because I heard you, Don. I heard you say you wronged that person. And you don't fix that, guess what? You and I can no longer be friends. Because it's only a matter of time before you do it to me.
Got it. Monique, you are real. That's all I can say. You are real. How would you like
Don,
this? Go on. I'm sorry. Go on, ma'am.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, baby.
Okay. So how would you like this situation? Because Lee Daniels publicly apologized to you. We're going to talk about that later, and you're working with him. And I hear you are brilliant. Lee only has really great things to say about you. So we're going to talk about that. But have you spoken to Oprah at all?
Have you spoken to Oprah?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Then we're on the same page.
Okay, so...
And that part was a trip because she's pretty much checking him on this term that he keeps using, friend. Tyler Perry's my friend. Oprah's my friend. She's letting him know you're not really friends. So quit using that phrase. It's one that's often overused, and we know that. But when it comes to that industry and trying to rub elbows with this one and that one and not burn any bridges, then it's almost like you have to say those things if you want to maintain or grow. So with that being said, I just wanted to talk about that because I thought it was funny. Again, this isn't about going deeper into Monique's situation. We already know what it is. I'm not here to take anything away from that, even in light of the things with her son. Like I said, I've talked about that before, and I feel like that situation is extremely complicated, and I'm not going into it anymore. That's just that. But Don Lemon got checked on the true definition of friends, and Monique was just letting him know directly that you may call these people friends, but you really need to check that definition or check the alleged friendship, see if you can call them up and have a conversation with them and see what it really is. So you let me know your thoughts about it in the comment section. Thanks for being here, liking, and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.